I know what you're thinking. Why her? What has she ever done? She doesn't even go here.
I disagree, Kelly Ripa. I absolutely believe you deserve to be inducted as a Disney legend last night. Between All My Children and Live with Regis and Kelly, and then Live with Kelly, and then Live with Kelly and Michael, and then Live with Kelly, and then Live with Kelly and Ryan, and then Live with Kelly and Mark. She's been on ABC, owned by Disney, for over 3 decades. She's the best talk show host on television today.
To be employed by the same company for 34 years is my great good fortune.
It's not often that we hear Kelly talk about the company that she works for, but this instance was certainly a more glowing review of the company than it was back in April 2016.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm fairly certain that there are trained professional snipers with tranquilizer darts in case I drift too far off message.
But forget about that. No, literally, the company wants us to forget about that. Because yeah, the Disney company put together a video pack that ran at this Disney Legends event before Kelly came on stage.
Here she is, Miss Kelly Ripa. You are 20 years old.
You know, I watch you, Reg, and I say, I want to be just like Regis.
Reg was inducted as a Disney legend back in 2011, just before he left the live show that year in November.
Let's say hello to my new co-host, Kelly Ripa.
I get to work with one of my very best friends. Joining me today and permanently is Mark Consuelo.
Did you notice that someone was missing from that video recap? Yeah, so Michael Strahan was omitted from the recap of Kelly's live history, which I find fascinating. I'm not suggesting that Kelly owes any of her status as a Disney legend to Michael. No. I'm not saying he's been wronged or anything like that. And yes, this tribute is deservedly about Kelly, but this video montage is structured as a timeline of Kelly's history with Live. When she joined Regis, and then we skip over Michael joining, and then it shows Ryan joining, and then it shows Mark joining. Really? And yes, of course, Michael had an uncomfortable transfer back in 2016.
I'm leaving this show. And to go over to GMA full time.
Let me remind you.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the newest member of our live family. We are honored to have him here, Michael Strahan!
After Michael became Kelly's co-host in 2012, then in 2016, ABC decided to transfer Michael to a different department in the company, Good Morning America. Kelly wasn't in the know that these talks were underway and was only informed after it was a done deal. And when she found out, she thought, as a courtesy, she should have been in the know that this was in the works. And so then she didn't show up to work for a week.
I needed a couple of days to gather my thoughts. After 26 years with this company, I earned the right.
And I get that. At the time, Kelly felt blindsided, and the show as a whole was meant to feel lesser than GMA, like a step down from GMA. Like this was a step up for Michael to go to GMA. But it's been 9 years, people.
Every year, Disney honors artists and visionaries from throughout the company's history.
And the company that transferred Michael 9 years ago, that is now putting together a video montage of Kelly's live history, omit Michael? Like it's some dark period of history we're going to pretend never happened? 4 seasons that he hosted the show. Like this isn't on Kelly, it's not even on Michael Gelman, the executive producer of Live. Someone high up at Disney, on the Disney side of things, approved this edit that omitted Michael.
My husband, Mark Consuelo, my best friend, Ryan Seacrest.
Like, yeah, I did notice that Kelly did thank her other 2 living co-hosts. But I think that's because Ryan, who was hosting the Disney Legends event, and Mark, who was there as the supportive husband, were in that room. Because certainly Kelly has thanks towards Regis, who passed away in 2020, I think.
I'm always available to guest co-host if I get a call.
Look, it's been telling that Michael has never been back on Live as a guest or guest co-host in the 9 years since he was transferred, when he still works for the company, and the GMA studio is about a 15-20-minute drive from the Live studio.
Please welcome everyone back to the show, Ryan Seacrest.
And Ryan Seacrest was back as a guest 5 months after he left last year. And I get that to a certain extent. He's not part of Live's future. But I mean, to omit him from Live's history? To quote Kelly's father back in 2016,
My dad, who was a bus driver for 30 years, thinks we're all crazy.
and I'll repeat, Kelly deserves her Disney Legends honor with or without the Michael years.
Whether it be lighting up a fake cigarette as I rambled on a story, feel free to have one now.
I love her. She's incredible at what she does.
You have a magic power, you really do, to make people feel comfortable. Even our camera operator, Don, behind you, I've never seen him more relaxed. See, she always gets to laugh.
and she was not responsible for that video montage. I just had to point out that Michael's transfer by ABC Disney back in 2016.
And this show has not been around for over 30 years by mistake. That is a very hard thing to do in any business, and it's because of all the people who work here extremely hard.
Has even caused ABC/Disney to erase the 4 years he was on live as well. Odd. What are your thoughts?
Being named a Disney legend is just the pixie dust on top of the sundae.